Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome back to episode 23 of TerickTime. In the last episode, we built this absolutely fantastic storage building. It is by far the most majestic storage building I have ever made. It is magnificent. We have so much storage on the ground floor. We have tons of little details up on the second floor, and all the way up the third floor, we have enchanting setups, a bedroom, all sorts of great stuff. If you haven't seen it, you should definitely go check out that episode. It was fantastic. And just a friendly reminder, folks, if you're new here, consider hitting that sub button. I truly would appreciate it. And if you're coming back, welcome back. Thank you for stopping by. Hit that little like button. I truly would appreciate that. And since the last episode, I have fully moved in as well. So I've got a lot of stuff all labeled up, ready to go, all laid out nicely for myself. So I've got all sorts of kind of wood and growing bits and bobs over in this kind of nook. This nook is our kind of miscellaneous stuff. So we've, got gunpowder, dyes, glass, banners, wool, all that kind of thing over here. And then in this little nook here, we've got all of our kind of mined goods, starting with our, kind of stone and sands going all over the place. Got a bunch of nether bits and bobs over here. And then some kind of, the valuable line right here. And then our little richities horsing around, just for funsies. And then apparently I have gunpowder in multiple places, but that's okay. I'm going to need lots of it sooner or later. And by now you're probably wondering, well, Terrick, what's on the docket for today's episode? Well, having moved everything over. Oh, and by the way, I tried. There was a bunch of people that said I really liked the snow on the roof. It looked nice, but the problem with this roof is I would get snow on this row and no snow here and then snow here. And unfortunately, it looked silly. It made me a little bit sad. I tried, but it didn't work. And now I have snow layers all over the place. Sorry, squirreling. Hello. In today's episode, we need to get some infrastructure going again because, well, I'm out of a lot of logs. Like I have, I think, 2 stacks of spruce to my name, which is a catastrophe. So we are heading back to Dolphin Cove to make a tree farming area. So if you've been around for a while, and if you have, thank you. If you haven't, welcome. But up here, that little podzol area, that's where I've been collecting all of my logs this entire season. And it's done its due diligence. It's good. It's okay. But I'm the type of person that wants to be able to just let stuff fall on the ground and let it be collected automatically. So, the general plan is we're going to be making a platform area in which we can cut some trees, and then we're going to have a minecart collection system. It's pretty cool. I've done this before, and it's spot on. So, come with me. We're going to do something a wee bit technical and a wee bit pretty at the same time. And we're going to make a fantastic tree gathering area. So I don't know about you, but when I cut down logs, I like to do a stack of saplings at a time. Gives me a little bit of cushion, got some extra bits hanging around for next projects, that kind of thing. So the plan is to be able to create a platform big enough to be able to plant a stack of saplings, have a big enough area around that to be able to collect all the drops, and then make it look not ugly. So I'm going to get the standard platform for me anyway is 21 by 28. So I'm going to lay that out real quick, and then let's talk about the collection system. Okay, so this is going to be the size of the platform, but I need this layer to, well, the layer where the podzol is where the rails are going to be going, but I can't be putting rails on podzol. That's not okay. Totally didn't run out of materials already. Yikes. Alrighty, now that we have a nice fancy little platform for all of our rails to go on, we just need to grab the middle real quick, which is kind of about there. Okay, I was one off, but I was close. It was close. So now what we need to do is have a little space here for our rails to exit the collection area thing. whatchamahoozle, you know, the thing. So what we're going to be doing is having a rail do a little swoopity swoop, so we can make sure that we're getting all of the drops in the middle, and then another rail is going to be coming this side. So this rail is going to be collecting this half of the farm. This rail is going to be collecting this half of the farm. Let me put some rails in real quick. Actually, but before we go crazy with rails, we should probably put a line of redstone in because, well, they need power, right? So nice little line of redstone blocked here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 powered rails, bunch of regular rails. That should be enough to scooch everything all the way across nicely. So yeah, but we can hope, right? Yes. I really didn't do my maths right on the amount of rails I was going to need for this. Hopefully that works. And that's done. Now we just have to give it the old, well, test. I need a minecart. I need a Hooper minecart, actually. But I think I only have... Do I? I do. We're fine. Whoops. I need 2 of those and a couple of these. And this seems to be working just fine. Excellent. Now I just need to make sure the minecarts don't go anywhere for now. So I'm going to work on getting this built up a wee bit, and then we're going to take some of the color and theme of Dolphin Cove, bring it over here, and then we do have to do a fancy, and when I say fancy, I mean a fancy, super fast minecart offloading system, because, well, this thing's going to have to be able to keep up with how fast I can swing this this axe, so it's going to have to be good. All right, we're keeping it simple right now. So the stone bricks with some smooth stone slabs on top, and then we're going to be doing some basalt down for a floor pattern, and then I just need to get some little chunks of dirt in there so I can still plant my saplings on that. So let me quickly do that, and then we're going to work on the offloader. That's the word I'm looking for, the offloading system. My brain's working fine today, it's fine. Alrighty, so for the collection system, I'm thinking that the minecarts come out of here, so I'm going to lower this down a little bit. And then we're going to be using a dropper to be able to shoot all the items into a water stream, which is then going to swoop them up into a just basic storage system. And then we're going to put a fancy little house right here, or something along those lines, kind of right beside the platform here. So, for the storage system, I am going to be using a design made by Tinker77. It is phenomenal. I've been using it for years. I will drop the little video down in the description down below in case you wish to use it as well. But yeah, great system, foolproof. And then I just make one little tiny tweak on it, which is basically just an on-off switch for the minecarts. So just so they're not running consistently, and then if I fly away, they're not stuck somewhere, you know, underneath there. Because then I'm stuck crawling around under here trying to nudge a cart with my face. So thankfully that gets completely avoided by the on-off switch. So let me get one of these little doodads, unloaders, that's the word, unloaders set up, and then I'll quickly kind of talk you through it. But if you do want the more detailed version, definitely go look at Tinker's video. Alrighty, here is the design made by Tinker, and the secret to this is there is a hopper minecart with a slab pushed on top. That is the magic. So what's going to happen here is if I put that little minecart there, I'm just going to drop, we'll just throw 22 items in there. Nudge it on its way. It didn't work. That's because I forgot a torch right there. So we'll just wait for the little minecart to do the loop. Almost. Almost. Okay, but here we go. So 22 items, boink, gate closes. It offloaded 22 items already. Yes, yes, please. Yes, please. So once everything gets collected into the hopper there, I'm just going to, actually, we're just going to break that. This is how we're going to be turning it on and off, by powering and unpowering these sets of rails here. But all we have to do is put a dropper here. And then what we can do is when we get a redstone, when the redstone gets pushed forward to here, okay, I hadn't actually thought this through. So, having gone for the simplest of designs, I'm going to have a lever about here. With the flick of the lever, it's going to power the redstone, which is going to power the piston, which is going to power the rails to send the carts. But then I also have a little redstone line down at the bottom there, just doing a little swoop, and that's going to power the other piston to push the observer up to start activating the dropper. So in theory, all of this works wonderfully. Don't shift when you're trying to hit a lever. If that doesn't work, boop. Carts away, everything's firing, everything's on. Wonderful. So then I can go about my business chopping trees, not have to worry about stuff despawning. Everything on the ground's going to get picked up. And then when I'm done, flick the lever, and the carts will just simply park themselves back there. Nice. All right, I have made the whole structure a lot less floaty, but now I'm going to start adding some of the kind of Dolphin Cove details. So adding some stripped birch and some of the copper. So I'm going to start doing some corners and maybe a couple of other little kind of supports along the walls. And then we're going to need some stairs to get up here and all sorts of other good stuff. So let me kind of quickly figure out where I can kind of start putting some stuff. And then, yeah, it should be pretty good to start doing the little house on the end and do a little collection system. It's gonna turn out beautiful. I think that's just kind of the right amount of detail. I really don't want this to be kind of overly crazy. It just needs to be simple and functional. So I think this is good. Now we got to start working on, well, the shape of the little house and then, well, everything else that goes along with having a little house. So for the house, I want to have the storage kind of like this, well, the floor for the storage to be level with probably this or maybe one block up. So I'm going to need, well, I need room to have the bubble vator bring everything up. So I think the bubble vator is going to bring everything up here. It's going to scooch over to a hopper about there. So my chests are going to be about there, which means I need about 2 blocks for my Kurtukas to fit in here comfortably. So yeah, probably right about here is going to be where this wall needs to be, and it has to come out to here to be able to cover all of the redstone-ness. And that didn't need to go there. That can go there. And that's gonna look like this-ish, sort of, maybe. No, that is a square, and squares, well, squares are boring. So I am going to figure out a way to make this be less boring, because nobody likes a boring build. Alrighty, quickly in before the sun sets, I am kind of playing around with a couple of ideas. So I think I've got a floor that'll kind of work here. So if I have my bubble vator here, have the water come up, go over, and then over here into some hoppers and chests, I can kind of have a little bit of a nook here for the kind of storage. This part will kind of probably get closed in a little bit, and then I can kind of have another little kind of entranceway here. So there'll be a path that'll kind of go over to that stair, and then the path can come over to the here as well. And then I'm stumped on the back still. Still stumped on the back, but I'm going to kind of play a little bit with some of the walls. I'm thinking a kind of mixture of dark oak kind of corners, and then maybe some birch planks and stripped birch, that kind of thing. So something... inventory management is not working right now. So something better than that, but similar. You know. Okay, I know I said talking about having a path going over to here, but I stopped feeling that idea. But I am kind of liking where this is going. The tough is a very harsh line right now, but I think I can kind of do a few tweaks to that later with some shrubbery to be able to kind of conceal that a little bit better. But I do like kind of the stripped birch logs going up and having the birch planks kind of doing a line in the middle. I do like that. So I'm going to continue working with this kind of general concept and see where it takes me. So I owe you a smidge of an apology. I thought I recorded a couple of clips. Apparently I wasn't. I'm just bad YouTuber. I'm very sorry. But progress update? Yes. Okay. So I've added a little bit of a little jutty out bit on the side here because this wall was just too big and flat. So jutty out bit it is. Gone for a little bit of a kind of half dome roof here, similar to this kind of warehouse here, and then just a little slant roof on the side here as well. So really like how this is coming along. It does need a little bit more TLC in the ways of, like, I think I need to do a little bit of landscaping here and take out all this podzol. It's ruining the vibe. So podzol's got to go, and then I'm thinking just a couple of little fancy trees in here, just the small kinds in there, and that should pretty much kind of do it. It's very much nighttime. So I'm gonna go grab a few more things, make a couple of little custom trees here, and then let's see what this kind of looks like with some finalized details. Alrighty, folks, you gotta check this out. I am so happy with how this has turned out. From the bottom here, we've terraformed this little bit of a corner, got some bushes and flowers going on. Coming up the path here, we've got a couple of nice little custom trees. Nothing crazy. Gotta keep it simple right now. It's just the nice little touch of just a little bit of extra detail in here, with a little bit extra terraforming going on here. Some lanterns, some shelves, some extra chests, a little sign for on and off, because I know I'm gonna forget and this thing's gonna be left on, but I am super happy with how this build has come together. It is just so, well, cute. I'm gonna go with cute. It's fitting for Dolphin Cove. It works really well. What do you think, Mortimer? Do you like it? Shoot, actually, you know what, Mortimer, you've been hanging out on the cliffs like a champ for long enough. We're gonna get you undercover here. Look at this, Mortimer. You now have a safe and sound little spot here in the little what are we calling this? The lumber warehouse? Lumber, yeah, sure. Lumber warehouse. Perfect. And with this, folks, I'm going to have to wrap this episode up. Thank you for coming along on this one. I know it's a little bit different from what we've been doing lately, but I was missing Dolphin Cove, and I feel like you were too, so I decided we needed to come back and enjoy ourselves here. So a nice little fun build. I think it turned out great. It really added to the atmosphere of Dolphin Cove. So let me know what you think down in the comments. I really, really appreciate all your support. It truly does mean the world to me. So thank you so very much, everybody. And until next time, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.